tilt trading. This is my pre-market analysis and pre-trade review. Right now I am looking at AAVE. Here on my charts here, you'll see this is the weekly chart, this is the 4-hour chart, and this is the 15-minute chart. What I'm seeing on AAVE this morning that has my attention is first up we have the Camarilla pivot position. This is Camarilla pivot R3. This is Camarilla pivot S3. My trade idea for AAVE is an R3 to an S3 traverse here. You can see the same thing. This is R4 up here, down here on the 4-hour, R3 here. This is S3, and this is S4 here. And this is the trade that I'm seeing here. Two things that I'm seeing: the Camarilla pivot system, which is incorporated into my trading system, is a short from R3 to S3. And to get some confirmation on this, when you see these blue lines, this dark blue line right here, this is the 18 exponential moving average. And this light blue line here is the 9 exponential moving average. So here on the weekly, we have a crossover here where now the 9 EMA is trading under the 18 EMA. We have the same thing here on the 4-hour where the 18 is trading above and the 19 and the 9 EMA is trading below. Here on the 15-minute, the 9 EMA is still trading above the 18. You can see there was a crossover here in this area, and then crossover here. Well, this would be first where the 18 was above and the 9 was below. Then there was a cross here where the 9 went above. What I would be anticipating here is for another cross here on a sell-off, which could be happening here. Looks like a potential high has been put in. We can see some elevated volume here on the volume profile associated with this price action here. You can see elevated volume in conjunction with this large sell candle here right at the R3 level. After checking the risk to reward or reward to risk, depending on how you phrase it or how you organize it, there's not enough risk to reward here on this traverse from R3 to S3 for how I like to trade. If you come down here on the 4-hour, you'll see this Fibonacci retracement tool. My stop loss would need to be here for me to be comfortable taking this trade. Would need to be above this 1 here for this candle. This is where my stop loss would need to be. It's at a good entry point, this 0.764 level. So it's been at a really good entry point, taking it right up in here. To make it a risk to reward opportunity, you'd likely have to put your stop up here, which is doable, having a tight stop. Just right now I'm working on some different technical skills, and some personal psychological skills, like technical skills, trying to improve on entering at certain levels, and using the Fibonacci tool, things like that. And on a personal aspect, working on improving my patience and taking my time with setups and things, and also giving currency pairs room to hit further targets if they are within scope, and also room for stop losses, so I'm not getting stopped out so quickly. There are instances where a tight stop loss is applicable, and I certainly enjoy them if I can get them. And this would be one of those situations if I were going for it. But I've already got a couple of positions on. And that's another thing I'm working on, is trying to reduce my number of trades, but do a better job of maximizing the trades that I do get. So right now we'll have a quick look at some of the positions that I entered into during yesterday's volatility in the New York Open. And you can see this is the New York Open for yesterday, past the Open in New York, and Open and pre-market. This would be like a pre-market area. This would be like the Open here, and then this would be the afternoon over here in this area. So very high volume day yesterday. We'll take a look at my two trades from yesterday, which are still going a lot further than, or which are taking longer than I had anticipated. But sometimes this happens when you're on some of these larger time frames. Trades can take some time to materialize, which is fine for me and how I'm trading currently. So let's take a look. I'll show you what I was seeing here on Bitcoin. Bitcoin, same thing. We have a crossover here of the 18 and the 9 EMAs here. So there's that crossover of the EMAs there. Same thing here, the EMAs with the 18 and the 9. The 18 is above the 9. And then we're seeing some back and forth here, but the 18 being above the 9 here currently. Also, this is Camarilla pivot R3. This is S3. This is S4. Excuse me. This is S4 here. Same thing here. R3, S3, S4. These are yesterday's numbers. These aren't today's numbers. I think right now Bitcoin is trading in the middle of the cam zone, so I wouldn't take a position on it right now. But this trade I'll walk you through. So this right here position was taken at the 0.618 level right here, and then this position here was taken above the 0.764 level here, and we can see price action. We can see this high volume profile here for yesterday, so pretty active. A lot of transactions being taken place here in Bitcoin yesterday. This area here would be the think here would be pre-market. This would be the open right here, and then this would be the afternoon. And we can see here on the 4-hour, we get this big sell-off here in the morning, and then price action went below this S4 level. Based on my trading system, this is a signal to go short. Waited for pullback, took my first entry here a bit earlier than I would like, but I can get a bit excited in the morning sometimes, so I took this entry. Also, I've done more research on my technicals. I've been doing more research into ICT methods and incorporating them as I learn them throughout the day and throughout the days here lately, and been making improvements. And I noticed after my first entry, we'll come in here, this Fibonacci tool, I'll remove this really quickly. This area here, I had this divided, this area here, I had this divided into sections just because I've been trying to do a better job of looking for fair value gaps. So I was seeing a fair value gap from here to here. So I had this squared in, and then I was seeing another fair value gap from here to here. So I had another rectangle drawn here. So like this here, and like this here, seeing these liquidity gaps. And then you can see some two smaller ones that are still labeled down here. But after doing more research with ICT, this whole area here from this green candle here, which I believe would be an order block right here, down to either this candle here or this candle here. I'm still not certain, but this whole area here would now just be a liquidity void. So this would all be fair value, this entire area, just because we're seeing aggressive selling in this area. Sellers in complete control here, all the way down here to this S4 level, where we get the price action trading below the S4 level, which was my entry, or which meets my entry criteria. Now I'm just waiting for pullback. So this first entry was taken in this lower fair value gap that I believe this was, and this was taken in the higher, but I actually turned this from 2 blocks, or these, excluding these small blocks, turn this into one big box, and then having this be a liquidity void instead of just some fair value gaps, and all this area would be available for, let's say, an institutional trader to fill orders in. And looking at this price action, it looks like whatever institutional trader is taking profits in these areas here on their way back up, which is doing, looks like some consolidation, but to my trade theory, this is distribution. But this liquidity void here would be all open for entries here. So this higher entry here is would have been my ideal entry, and would likely have only had one entry, but took 2 positions here in trying to get, or at least now I would do my best to take my entry higher up in this liquidity void where this second entry is here. And then if we zoom out, you can see that there's been quite a bit of distribution in this area for quite some time, or let's say consolidation for quite some time. But you can see in the 4-hour, which is the chart that I mostly, or that I trade off of. I'll use the 15 minutes for detail and for entry and things like this. But my trade ideas mostly stem from the 4-hour now, and then I get my bias here from the weekly on what trade direction, and that's based on the EMAs. But we can see here with this displacement here, this big sell-off, getting pulled back and some consolidation, and then we'll see where we go from here. If all goes well, we'll keep selling here. And to give you some perspective on targets and things, I'll come out to the weekly here, and my targets down here on the weekly. So a test, or not quite a test, but a test, actually, yes, my bad, testing the low of this candle here. This candle here, the low is 78 200.2, and then with take profit down here being at 78 346.1 with this green line here. But this is what I have going on Bitcoin right now. And then next up we have, actually let's put this Fibonacci back up. Okay, next up there's Ethereum. So Ethereum, similar situation here. We've got the EMAs here crossing over. We've got the EMAs crossing over here, and we've got the 18 above the 9 here on the EMAs. Same thing here with the EMAs on the 4-hour, and then we've been back and forth here on crossovers of the EMA here on the 15-minute, which is going to happen. The 15-minute being a smaller time frame is going to be more sensitive, so it's going to go back and forth more frequently than it will on the 4-hour or the weekly. This is the R3 pivot here. This is S3, and this is S4. So this got my attention yesterday with the displacement here below the S4 level. And then you can see there's pullback here, and maybe we'll get potential to potentially sell off further. But I'll bring you over. Same thing as I was noticing. I'll take this Fibonacci retracement off. This liquidity void here. So first entry, again, same thing, pretty early. Took it at the 0.618, this one, and then this one took it in the 0.764 level, this being S3, this being S4 here. But I was able to get these right on the levels here. So you can see if I zoom in, pretty much right at the technical level here, pretty much right at the technical level there. And this is something that I'm working on. Ideally, I would only be looking for one entry right in this area here. But you can see whatever institutional trader is trading this is taking profits on the way up here. Very systematic. You can see there yesterday. Also, you can see this elevated volume profile yesterday. So lots of transactions taking place there. We'll zoom out. We can see the volume has flatlined pretty much, or flatlined as far as in elevated activity. And then now we're starting to get some follow through here with potentially selling off. And then I'll bring your attention to my target here, which we're down here, which would be in this area here. And the same with Bitcoin. My target for both of these are actually S10 targets. So we're going from S4 down to S10 is my profit target. Usually I'll go for an S4 to an S6, but just based on my charts, this looks like the next viable target here. The same thing with Bitcoin. Even though I did show the target, didn't call out the location of the target based on the Camarillo pivot system. So these would be S4 to S10s. But this has Ethereum pulled back above S3, and Bitcoin pulled back to R3. So some sizable traverse, but based on my technicals, I do believe it is possible. So I'm going to trade it out, and we'll see how it goes. But this is my pre-market analysis